Let's see. We have defined the init method to name account ID balance, get balance. Right now it returns the balance, deposit. Okay, but here you have missed the validation part, no? If the amount required is not enough, then you need to check. We'll update it that if the amount is less than the what self dot balance, the amount is less than the self dot balance, then we could update the balance, and then here also we could display deposit successful. Deposited. Have we discussed about the format function, F function? We'll discuss it. Deposited, and you can have the balance amount. To insufficient funds. Right. Now let's create an object from this. ACC equals account right. ACC equals account, and then we need to pass J into the account ID. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The balance, let's say 10,000. Right. And here we'll say account created as well. New account created. SEC, right. Right. So, ACC dot get balance, and then if you want to deposit, Right. Then next time when you try to withdraw 20,000, it says insufficient funds. Right. Then now this is how we create the simple task which I ask you to do. Right now, the next thing is right now, let's create a savings account. Let's create another class called savings account. All right, let's create a savings account class. Right now, let's create a savings account class. Now, class savings. Now, I want to make it as a subclass of the account class. So, inside the brackets, I can mention the superclass name, class savings account. Then, if you don't have anything to put, you can just use the keyword pass. You can, right now, previously also we discussed about the pass keyword. You can, if you use the pass keyword, then you don't need to have the body statements for the class. Right now, here, instead of creating an account class, let's make it as a savings account object. Right now, you can see here, here, let's say double COUNT, spellings are wrong, mismatched spellings. Right now, new account created, and then this is for the savings account. Now, savings account, you can see we did not write any code, but since we have made the savings account as a subclass of the account class, now all these variables, all these methods inherited to the child class, savings. Therefore, when you create a child class inherit the properties and methods from the superclass. Child class inherits the properties and the methods from the superclass. Now, since I have used the pass keyword because I don't want any code to be added into the savings class yet. But now, I feel like I want to have another property for the savings account as well. Let's say I want to have the interest rate or something rate. I want to add a rate field for the savings class, only for the savings class. Account class does not have the interest rate field, but for the savings class, I want to have the interest rate field. Right now, let's see how can I add that field. Right. Right now, here in the savings class also, you can, right now here, if you want to create the savings class also, we can create the init function as well. Therefore, instead of this pass keyword, if I want to have the init function, here I'm gonna use the init function. Right now, here in the for the savings class, I'm gonna have the init function along with the rate field as well. Right now, this has a rate as well. Right now, what I'm gonna do here is now I have to call the super class, which is the account class init method. Account class init method. Right now, I can mention by the class name. If you want, I can call by the class name account dot. I can call this account dot init method. Now we can pass self name account ID balance. And then here now since we have passed one more field additionally, I can have another property now self dot Rate, interest rate, INT rate, interest rate, interest, okay, self dot rate equals rate. Now here it would say new savings account created. Right now, if you want to call the here interest rate, that means savings account object, you need to pass another uh, parameter, that another argument, because init method declared with another parameter called rate. Right. Here you can see here now, it says now why is this? Now you can see there is a problem now. Why? Here this displays new account created, and again it says new savings account created. Why is it? Because we call the superclass init method as well by calling the class name dot init method. Right now, therefore here I'm not gonna use this line. Okay, I'm not gonna use this line. Right. Now you can see there's no point of display account created, savings account created likewise. No? New account created, and it displays the account number. And then you can see I'm passing the rate as well, which is not available in the account class. Because what happens now? All these methods and attributes will inherit to the savings class. Apart from that, here I have another additional attribute called rate. And either you can call by the class name dot init method, or else you can call by the super method. Super. You can call by the super method. Right now, both will do the same. Right now, if you are calling super method, what is the error now? It says take 4 positional arguments, but 5 were given. Therefore, you don't have to pass the self method then, because you are passing 5. Right. Then remember, if you are calling uh, the class name dot init method, you need to pass the self parameter here, right? Or you can have any name. You don't have to have the same word as self. Any name you can have. But here, if you are calling the super method, you don't have to pass the self parameter. That is how you add methods. And now let's add another method for this one called calculate interest. Create another method for the savings account saying calculate interest. it's very simple thing I ask you to do. I wanted you to add another method called calculate interest. Right now, let's see. I got an answer here. It says calc interest, and then the balance like we'll pass. Okay, you have the rate already. No, we don't have to pass it. Balance equals balance into self rate. Right. Okay. So then we can call insufficient funds. So here ACC dot calculate interest. Here, if we have the interest, it would be nice. Then interest added, we can say, no, the amount of interest if you want to get. Now you need to what? Interest value is equals to self-dot balance into self-dot rate divided by 100. Self-dot balance plus equals value. And then we can display interest added. Right. Now, okay, what would be the problem here? Yes, VAT and value. Oh, now interest added 1,700, and then it says account balance is updated. Right now, this is how you can add a new method to a child class. Right. Right. Okay, is this clear? Right now, what do you think this value variable is it available outside this method? Will I be able to use the value variable outside? Hello, can you hear me? My question is the variable value, VAL, var. Is it available outside this method? Yes, no, right now that because that is created inside the function, therefore this is available only inside the function, right? Now this is how you create a child class and how you add new attributes and how we add new methods to a child class, right? Then then we'll discuss about the polymorphism behavior or polymorphic behavior. That means um, capable of having many forms, right? Or methods or the operators with this like same method or same operator may be executed or will work differently on different objects or different classes. Right now, for an example, uh, we have already discussed about the length method, len len method. Right now, when it comes to if you want to find out how many elements in a list, how many elements in a tuple, how many elements in a dictionary, or how many elements in a set, like as we use the len method, and also how many elements in a string, how many characters in a string, we have used the len method. Right now, that is based on the object it applies, it works differently. Right now, if you use the len method in a dictionary, what does it return? Is it number of keys, number of values, or number of items? Just discussed about the length method when you apply on a list, when you apply on a tuple, when you apply on a dictionary, when you apply on a set, or when you apply on a string. The way it works differently. Therefore, right now, I'm going to show you another one. Let's say we have a shape. There's a class called shape, and the shape class, we have method called what? Name, only the name, only the name, and then let's say which says new shape created, and thereafter it has a method called draw. Right now it will print drawing. Right now this is what we have. Let's say now we have class called circle, and that is a subclass of the shape class. And we'll have super dot name only we have. Right now, let's see whether right now we have the draw method and drawing. Let's say okay, drawing a circle. Actually, we can have fast method. New extra. Right. Now, when you want to create a shape class, let's say shape class equals shape, and then I'm gonna pass it as the shape. Right. And then I'm gonna call shape.draw. Now let's say I have circle. Right now as the count ID. Now you can see the same method draw acting differently for the circle class, for the square class, because the draw method is saying drawing a shape. For the shape class, for the circle class, it says drawing a circle. For the square class, it says drawing a square. Therefore, polymorphism is multiple classes with the same method name will act differently. Therefore, even if it is a different methods, like even if these are different ones right now, let's say if not the subclasses, if it is a different ones, right now you can see right now circle class is a different class, shape class is a different class, and square class is a different one. Right now it will say draw a shape, draw a shape, drawing a shape. Now it says drawing a circle. Right now it is this is the way it acts differently. Right? It responds differently for the same method. Now this one would say drawing a square, drawing a square. Right now you can see here if you create now no need of this. Now you can see three different classes but have the same method draw. Now each time when you call the circle.draw, each time you call the shape.draw, each time you call the square.draw, act differently. Now this is what you call as a polymorphic behavior. That is a way multiple classes also have the same method name, and then when you call the method, act differently. Now this is what I showed you how it works with the inheritance and how it works with the multiple classes, separate classes, and with the inherited classes, and how the functions are working also I have showed you. Right. Now let's see about the variables and so on. Right now let's say I have x equals 10, and let's say in my function there's a function called um, get print date. Now let's say there's a function called info. Right now, let's say function fun. Right now, inside the function here, it's gonna print the x value. What do you think? Will it be able to print the x value? Now I'm gonna call the function method. Can I call the x value? Can I print the x value?
Yes.
Okay, let's run it and see. Yes, it displays 10. Right now, here I have y equals 20. Right. I'm gonna print x value and the y value as well. Right now, here outside this also, I'm gonna print x. I'm gonna print y. Right now, what do you think? Will I be able to print x and y here inside the function and also outside the function?
Yes.
What do you think? Now it says now here it displays x equals 10, y equals 20, and here it displays x value is 10 because x is declared globally, and y value is not available at this point. Why? Y is declared inside the function, therefore the scope of the variable y left once the function finishes. Therefore, now no longer variable y is accessible because y is not defined with the available scope, because y variable is available within the scope of function. Therefore, y variable is not available. Right now, right now, tell me here. There's another variable called x, which is 20. Right. Now tell me, first x variable here, first print function would display what value, and the second print function would display what value.
First one will display 20 and the second one will display 10.
Okay, let's see. Yes, the first variable. Now here it displays 20, and the second one it displays 10. Right now, because this is the local variable, now this is the local scope, or this is the local variable. This variable x is available only inside the function fund. Therefore, this is in here x. Now when you refer x, x is referred to the this local variable x. Right. Now when you call outside the function and you call x, now only x available here is this one, which is globally declared one. Therefore, this would display as 10. Now this is the this value, this variable will display 10. Right. Now therefore this x we call as outside a variable declared outside any function. You can call it as a global value. Right. Therefore, again, remember, you can declare the same variable as a global and local. The same variable name can be used in the global variable and a local variable. Therefore, inside the function, that variable will refer to the local value. Here, the local variable, and outside the function, that will refer to the global variable. Therefore, this is what you call as the global scope, and this is what you call as the local scope. Right. Then, here, if you want to assign this value, you want to change this x into 20 here. How can you do it?
Assign the x outside as 20.
I have a function called set x. Set x value, and there I'm going to set the x value into 20. Right now, this is my function name. Okay. Now, here what I want to do now, when I call the set x, x value should change to 20. How can I do that? Anyone? Rahul? And now if you try to do that, now it won't update. Now this X value is not updating here. Therefore, if you want to update that, you need to use the keyword global. Therefore, use the keyword global. What does it say? Invalid syntax. Global x equals 20. Right. Now, how can we use that?
Sir, could we put global x and then below that could we put x equal 20?
That's the way you should do it. Now, this is how you should do it. You can't do it like that. Remember that. Yes. See? Now, if you refer the global variable, that means you are referring to this x. Right now, by any chance, if you have not used the x variable, if you have not declared the x variable there, now what will happen? Will it give us an error? Now, still you can print. Now, then this would be declared as a global variable. Now, this is how you create the use the global variable keyword, global keyword. Even though you declare global variable inside a function, this would be treated as the variable created in the global scope. Right now, that is the global variable. Right. Then, okay. Any questions on this global keyword and how to work with global? Right. Have we discussed about the date module? Date time module? How can we work with the date time module and the math module? Have we discussed?
No, sir.
I couldn't hear.
No, sir.
Not clear, Chamit.
No, sir. We haven't discussed the date time module.
Okay, great. Okay, let's do it. First, we'll go to the math module. Math module is easier. Thereafter, we'll go to the dates. Right now, what are the functions available in math module? Right now, all the mathematical functions are available in the math module in Python. Right now, let's say mathematical functions here. Now, here the mathematical functions are inside the math module. This module provides all the mathematical functions defined by the C standard. Right now, you can read it now. Just you can refer to the python.org documentation. Right now, here you can see there's a function called ceiling, CEIL, that will give you the ceiling value. And then, what is this comb? Binomial coefficient. Right, and then let's say what are the things we'll be used generally? Absolute value of x, yes, this we could use, and factorial, yes, we could try. Floor value, we could try. Right, the greatest common divisor you can find out that you could try out later on. Here, if you want to refer what are the available functions, you can refer to this. Now, this is the math module. Right now, if you want to use these functions, we could try out now the exponent function and log functions we'll try out some. Okay, then if you want to use the math module, we have to first import. Like if you are using a module, now first of all you need to know what is a module. Module means some set of codes or some a collection of codes or collection of functions. You can call it as a library, right? Therefore, if you have inside like inside some, it may be a class, or it may be a multiple collection of classes, or you can refer it as a code library, right? Then in order you can create a module by creating any, you can save any file by using with the extension .py, and you can create a module. Therefore, the commonly created functions or the classes, you could save it and then you could reuse as a module files. But now here I'm going to talk about, there are some defined or predefined modules available in Python. Therefore, one of that is like for an example, most common ones are dates module, math module, likewise. Then here I'm going to use the math module first. Therefore, let's see how to use it. Therefore, right, Python has built-in methods as well. For an example, like if you have to find out in a, let's say we have some set of values. Let's say we have a list of values. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if you want to find the minimum value and the maximum value, therefore simply we can use the print. If you can call the min or max, likewise. Let's say I have some set of values 10, 52, whatever. Right now, min and like this. You can call the same way. You can call the, these are built-in functions. Now here for this min and the max, here we have already used these. Right now, you can say the min, max, likewise. You can have the built-in methods, like built-in mathematical functions. Right now, therefore, you don't have to right, call the math module, and you don't have to get it. Like now, for an example, you have some function, right? Then let's say we have some here. There's no function called sum, right? I think we have min, max, absolute. Okay, let's search for what are the built-in functions, built-in math functions in Python. What are these? Where's the browser? Yeah. All right, math module, mathematical functions, built-in math functions. Right now, these are from the math module. Here, these are some here, like here, this is what we have used max, this is what we have used min, and then there is one called sum. What was the error with that? Sum takes at most, here, my problem, I didn't read even, no, it can only accept only 2 of these, right? My bad. Right now, there are built-in functions right now. Therefore, these functions, you don't have to use any you don't have to use import any modules right now. See, it will give you the sum, but it says int object is not
Sir,
iterable.
sir,
Okay, now
for some we
yes,
sir, for some we need to give as a list inside the square bracket. Inside the round brackets, we have to give the values in a square bracket.
square brackets. Okay, why if you give it as a square brackets, what round brackets, what happens?
It gives the error, but
Yeah, well,
if we give it as a list, we can give. No, no, sir. Within the round bracket. Within the round brackets, if we give a square bracket.
then it won't work again.
Yeah.
Right now, okay, what is the problem here? Now let's figure it out. Now the sum method. Okay, now what was the error first one? Sum method takes at most 2 arguments. Okay, it takes 2 arguments. Then when you pass the 2 arguments, it says what? Int object is not iterable. Right now, how can we use the sum method? Yes, the way, tell me the way you want me to use it.
Sum round bracket, within the round bracket, the square bracket.
Round brackets within the round
Within the
bracket.
no, only one round bracket. Within that square bracket, within that we can have any number of numbers.
Okay, that means you are passing as a list then.
Yes, yes.
Now this is what you are doing as a list, right? Okay. Then you may be able to pass two values as well. Two lists as
Any
well.
number of values you can give.
I'm telling you, like, by separating this, can you pass another set of lists?
I didn't try that.
You may be able to. Right now, okay, let's see, figure it out why it is not accepting when you pass two values. Why it is not accepting when you pass two values? What is the problem? Yes, let's figure it out quickly. What is the problem with that? Because I did not encounter that previously. Okay, that is because of here it gives you an error, right? It says int object is not an iterable. Because some function takes an iterable, or it may take items as what? What are the iterables? Very good question. Iterables are, what are the iterables? Yes, what do you think? What are the iterables? List, tuple, dictionaries, and sets are iterable objects which have multiple values. Therefore, these are iterables right now. That is okay. Now the sum method accepts function takes an iterable. Therefore, iterable is a list, tuple, set, or dictionary. Right. Now, therefore, here you are passing it as a list. Right. Okay. Fine. Now, my question is, right now, why don't we? Right now, why? Okay. Now, here also you will get the answer by passing it like this. Right. Now, my question is, why can't we pass it as inside the round brackets? Now, let's see. Now, it gives you the sum because we are passing as a list. Right now, what will happen here now? Will it consider it as a tuple? Now, then it says what? Okay, now, oh, my bad. Print function, sum function. Now it takes as a tuple. Right now, this one taken as an iterable object, as a tuple. Right now, here what you have to do is you have to pass as a iterable object. Iterable object means, right? If it is an iterable, that means list, tuple, dictionary, and sets are iterable objects. Therefore, now you need to pass for the sum function, you need to pass iterables. Therefore, iterables are list. Okay, for an example, list. Now here, this is the way we pass a tuple. Right now, this is the way we pass a list. Right now, both will give you the sum function. Right. Therefore, now if you want to get the sum of two numbers like this, you can pass it as a list elements, or you can pass it as a tuple, or you can pass it as Z or dictionary. Likewise, you have to do it. Right. Now, what are the other functions we have? Absolute values we can have. Okay, here we should have read it clearly. No? See, sum, it says iterable. Sum starts and items, sum start and the items of an iterable from left to right and return the total. Right, iterable items are normally numbers, then the start value is not allowed to be a string. Right, now this is how you use the built-in function. Now remember, now in order to call these built-in functions, you don't have to call a math module. You don't have to call a math module. Right, now if you are using the math module, then math module contains, right, some mathematical functions, right, now which can be used, therefore, by calling the module. Right, now my concern is how to use the math module. Right, now let's see how can we call the math module and how to use those. Right, now again remember, now we know to use the default built-in functions, you don't have to import the math module. Right, for an example, now if you want to use the square root value, right, now if you want to use the square root value, then if you can call import math. Import math means you are importing the math module. And then you can find out, you can display directly, print, and you can display math.sqrt. You can call math module dot square root function of 100. Let's say math.sqrt. Right now we are calling the math module dot sqrt. Right. Now if we feel like now if it is a very big name, right, now if you don't want to use the same here math function, repeating the math again and again, it's frustrating task. You can replace, you can rename it using as keyword, as m. Then hereafter you can call it by m.sqrt. Now you can call it m.sqrt likewise. Right, now this is how you can use the inbuilt functions. Right now there was a function called log that I can't remember, m.log. Let's try out 110. What does it give you? 2, because then log base 10 to 100, log base 10 to 100 is 2. It returns log base 10 to 100 is 2. And if it is log base 10 to 1000, it should give you log base 10 to 1000, it should give you 3. Okay, then what's wrong with it? Okay, let's search about the, okay, we'll pass this without the values and then we will be getting the error. Thereafter we could figure out. Okay, then log expected at least one argument. Right, now if you say 100, it says 4.60. Right, 4.60. That means this should be the what you call the natural logarithmic value. Right, now then with the log base e, natural log, it should be. Right, now let's try out now if you want to pass right now the value and the, like if you want to find out the value, if it is log base 10, what would happen? If it is log base 10, okay, 100 is 2. If it is log base 1000, it should give you 3. Okay, that is correct. Now log base 10 to 1000 is, now this is log base 10. Okay, if you want to find out log base 2, there might be a function log base 2 to 16. The answer would be 4. Let's see. Yes, it gives you 4. Right, now if you pass two values, right now if we pass log 16 to 2, right, now is it 4? Let's see. Yes, 4.0. Then why that doesn't give me log base 100 to 10? It has to be 2. Right, then if it is 10,000 to 10, has to be 3, but it gives you 2.9. I don't know the reason. Just when you have free time, just figure out. Then this is supposed to give you, when you pass two values, this base to the value, right? This base to the value, let's say log base 2 to 2. It has to be 1, right? Log base 2 to 2, it gives you 1. If it is log base 4 to 4, it gives you 1, right? Yes. Right now, if you pass a base value, two values if you pass, that will consider it as the value and the base. And if you pass log base 10 here, directly you are calling the base 10 values, then you need to pass only 1. If it is log base 10 to 100, you will get it as 2, 10 to the power 2 is 100. And then if you want to get the log base 2, if it is a log base 2, if it is a log base 2 to 2, would give you log base 2 to 2 would give you 1, because that is how you call the log value. And then right now, if you just call log, and if you call the log, and that means base e, and then if you want to call the base e, log base e to e is 1 right now. If you want to call the e value, right now e value is a constant declared in the math module. Therefore, you can say math.e, natural logarithmic value, right? E value. Right now, that should be given you what? Math. Okay, there's nothing called math now. M.t, right? M.t. Yes, 1.0. Now, this one, without any base, it gives you the natural logarithmic base, right? Now, if you want to read what is the e value, now in Python, there are some values are defined, some constants are defined. Then you can see e value, and then sometimes when it comes to some calculations, you may require the pi value, pi, then 3.1 for something value should return. Now, this is how you use the available functions in the available functions right now. Right now we have math dot not a number, right? What does it print? You can say nan is not a number, and then you may have infinity inf, which is the infinity. Right now, likewise, you can see Python constant values are there, and then Python functions are there. There you can use, right? There are extensive list of Python functions are there. Therefore, when you have to do some mathematical calculations, just search for the function whether it is available in the math module in the Python. If it is available, it's just a matter of importing the math module, and then do it. Like for an example, if you have to find the area of a circle now, let's say you have given the radius. Okay, you have been asked to calculate the area of a circle. Okay, quickly calculate this area of a circle. Area of a circle is 5r squared, right? 5r squared, right? Area of a circle is given by 5r squared. Therefore, how to calculate the area of a circle? Right now, you may ask user to enter the radius of a circle. And now the user may enter the radius of the circle, r value. Then you can save it as r input, or if it may be a float value, therefore float input. Okay, we can ask the radius of the circle here, right? Directly. Right. Then if you want to calculate the radius now, the area, we can have area is equals to, we don't know the pi values are 22/7, that you can say m.pi multiplied by r into r, pi r squared. And then you can display area of a circle. Area of a circle with radius is area of a circle. Let's say here we have what does it say now? Area of a circle with radius, comma, r, comma, is, comma, area, right. Let's say 4.5, then it gives you the calculation, right? If it is 2, if it is 7, likewise you can get the area of a circle. Right now this is how you can use. No, Hansali, you don't have to memorize these functions. I will not ask. Right. I just showed you. Right. Therefore, this is how you use the math module. Right. The same way you can use the dates module as well. Right. Right. Now, if you want to get the dates module as well, you could create, you can, if you want to work with the date time objects, then you can import the date time module, import date time, right? Now a date time module you can import. Right now, if you want to get the date time now, let's say you can have d is equals, right now, date time dot now, and then you can print the d. Right now, since you have to call datetime object, datetime module, dot datetime method dot datetime dot now, that is what you have to call. Because therefore, since it is very lengthy, if you want, you can have datetime dot datetime as dt or something likewise. You can rename it. Now you can just call it dt dot now. No modules, not datetime. Okay, you can. Okay, you have to have your data. dt dot datetime dot now, it has to be dt dot datetime dot now. Right now, this is how you can give an alias for the date time. When you get the date time dot now, that means that will give you your system current time. Now you can see the system current date and the current time. And if you don't want this full format, if you want to format it, if you want to filter it out, now this will give you year, month, date, hours, minutes, seconds, and microseconds will give you here. Therefore, if you want to get only the, let's say, if you want to get the year only, that you can use it like d dot year. Right now, you can use d dot year, or else like now, what you have here in the date time. Right now, date time object. What are the methods available in the date time objects? You need to find out. What are the methods right now? You can have a property. Now there's a property called year. Right now, we'll see what are the date times, like whether you have a day right now, whether do you have date or whether you have the time zone, whether can you get the time zone, or likewise right now let's see date time dot days, d dot day. Yes, it gives you d dot month, it give you 10 right now. Likewise d dot hour, 17, d dot minute, right, d dot seconds. Likewise you will be able to get the date time object dot properties. Right now that is how you can get the values. Therefore date time methods, like now you can see date contains in the date time dot now method returns year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and then also we have microsecond. Right now let's say we'll print d first. D dot year, d dot month, d dot day, d dot hour, d dot minute, d dot second, and it should be nano or micro. I can't remember. Maybe microsecond. Here you can see this is how you can there get separately if you wish to have. Right now, this is how you can get the date. Right now, these are the method information you can retrieve from the date. Right now, when you create a date object, right now, when you create a date object using the now method, it will give you the system date and time. Right now, if you want to create a date, now you can say import datetime, and you can pass the values. Let's say 2010, and if it is 11, and if it is 21. Likewise, if you give any date, and then if you print the date. Right now, you can see here, not the dot here, that is the method. You are passing only the date. Right now, you can see here we are passing only the date 2010 November 21st. Likewise, then you are not passing the times. Therefore, the parameters you have not passed. Therefore, these are optional. Therefore, these would be taken as 0 because you have not passed the values. Right now, let's see whether it is taking the time zone as well. Time zone. Date time dot now. Let's figure it out. Date time dot now first. D dot time zone. Right now that is not taken. Right. Okay. Then here if you pass value here, d dot date time dot now 2020 1020. Okay, 10th month 22, comma hour is, let's say okay, 4:25 48. And then does it say the 0 as a prefix to present accept? Right now, this is how you create a data object by passing the values. Even if you do not pass these values, these would be taken as 0 because the default value would be 0 and those are optional. Okay. Now try to create. Get the date time dot now, and then let's say given your birthday or something, any date, and then try to figure out the year difference, month difference, the day difference first, and thereafter, if you wish, you can see the minute difference, seconds difference. Likewise, you could try out. Okay, quickly calculate when you have given two dates, whether you able to get the difference of hours, years. Likewise, quickly figure out how to do that. Can you find the difference of between given dates using that? Were you able to do it? How can you calculate the time, whatever the difference? Let's say difference, okay, let's say we have D1 and D2. Difference is equals D2 minus D1. And let's say print difference and also now if you want the number of days difference, you can get different of days, and then and you can have the seconds, minutes likewise. But now let's say leading zeros in decimals again, you can't have those. Okay. D is not defined. Where's D? DT. Okay, here D2. Okay, and I no need to print this. No need to print this. Then D2 minus D1, or D1 is today's date to the past date. You will get 898 days and 5 hours, 30 minutes, and 45 seconds. If you provide the exact date, today is October 5th, then 10, 5, the time would be 5, 15, 17, 51. Then you can see 731 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes, only the second difference is there. Likewise, you can, you're able to get the difference. Like now, if you want, you can get the difference of days, difference of seconds and microseconds. And then here you can, from this you can find out, and thereafter you could figure it out. Right, and then one special thing with the datetime function is there's a function called string formatting, strf function with dates. Right now, dates is strf function. Right, strf functions, string formatting time. Right now, when you get the datetime object, you could use the strf time function. Right now, here, if you use print, then date object right now, d dot strf time, you can have the parameter to be passed. Right now, what are the parameters to be passed? Again, that you can't remember. No, then let's search print strf time. Right now, strf time function. Here, what are the parameters we have? Right now, if you use y, it will give you the year. Do we have the, yeah, these are the values. Let's say A gives you the weekday name, capital A will give you the full day. Right now, let's try out. strfa simple. Right now, if whatever the weekday will give you from W. Right now, the weekday will give you by the W. Right, and then the day of the month would give you D. Okay, percentage. We have to pass it as a percentage value. D. Right now, full month name will give you by capital B. If you want to have the month as a number, right? Okay. If it is like in the short format, it is B, simple B, and month as a number, you can have M. Likewise. Okay, let's try out whether we getting the exact results. Now you can see the full format of the day is Saturday, right? In the short format, simple day. The day of the week, 6, and month of the day, the day of the month is 5th October, and month name in full format October, the short format Oct, and month is 10th month. Right, now likewise here you have the parameters. If you want to get the time zone, it is right now. Let's see time zone values also. Right now, capital Z. Okay, that value has not been passed here. Right now, UTC offset also would not be displayed. Let's say simple Z. Right now, this might not be passed in the times. Okay, UTC time offset value as well. Right now, M is for the capital M for the minutes, S for the seconds, capital H for the hours, Y for the year, and yes, you can try out now here. Just anywhere, just search for STRF format code list, STRF time format code list. You will be able to get this list, STRF format code list, and then you will be able to get this. Right now, is it AM, PM? That also possible. How? AM, PM. Here you just need to pass P. Right now, P would give you whether it is AM or PM. Right. Now you can see it is PM. Right now, if you want to have what else? The week number also. Then if you pass as capital U, that will give you the week number of the year. Sunday as the first day. It will give you week number of the year. Monday as the first day. If you pass capital W. Right, and locally date time representation is C. Right now, let's see whether how does C represent. Right now, this is how the locally date time represent date, month, day. Right now, here this is the time, and this is how the year represent according to the locally date time representation. Right, guys, you can just refer to these and see what are these figures, flags. You don't have to by heart these, but just see how we can find out. You just need to get this. Right now, this is how if you want to get the date time object. Right. Let's see. Okay, date time object. Right now, we can. Right now, okay, what do you have to do? Date time object. And we think is D. D equals date times string. So now this is how you can do it. By here it display all like now what's problem? What's the problem with that? Let's figure it out. Right now, here we have date time object and it represent this format. Right now, that is the current date now. Okay, that's fine. Then the second output it has to display Month, date, year, and hours, minutes, seconds. Month, date, year, hours, minutes, seconds. This one also perfect. This one, it has to display the D. Right now, let's figure out what is D, B, and Y. D, B, and Y. The simple D is for what? Day of the month, and B, month name, but that doesn't work. D, B, and Y, right? Okay, let's see why it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work. D.strf time. This is the time we got.
I think in the print it should be DT, not D.
DT. Sorry,
In the print for that line, output 3.
that's why. Yeah. My bad. Yes, my bad. Yes, I didn't say it. Here that has to be DT. Yes. Thank you. That's how you change. Otherwise, it should happen. That's why I was wondering. Right. Okay. Right. That is what happens when you copy and paste. Right. Okay. Then that is how you work with the date time module. Right now we have worked with the math module. And then right now there's a special one called regex module. Right. I want you to read and come when you're coming the next day. Regex. Right. Regular expressions. And thereafter we will discuss on the next day how we can use the regex module in the next day. Right. Then we can just discuss about now we know how to get the user inputs right now. Therefore, like now if you want to format, like now we can do string formatting. Right now, how can you do string formatting? Right now, let's see how can you do the string formatting. Right. Now, if you want to display right now 2 decimals only, let's say there's a calculation. Right now, we need to, that gives you, like for an example, now, in this now, let's say we have x equals 10 divided by 3. And if you print the x value, now that would give you 3.33333 likewise. But actually, I don't want that number of values to be displayed. How can I format it now in order to get, how can I format this in order to get this only 2 decimal values? How can we use string formatting? Len equals 2. What do you mean by len equals 2? What do you think? Round function. Okay, what else we can have? Yes, how can you do that? Right now, any idea? How can you format? Right now, for an example, is anyone? Format function. How can we use the format function? Right now, for an example, let's say I have x equals 10 and y equals 3. Answer is equals to x divided by y. Then I have message variable also. Message is equals to I want to display x divided by y is, I'm gonna say x. Right now, okay, not x, I'm gonna say the zeroth placeholder divided by first placeholder is, and then I'm gonna have the second placeholder. Right. Now this is the then I'm gonna say this dot format. This dot format. Okay, now I'm gonna pass x, y, and answer. Right. X, Y, and answer. Right. Now then this would display. I'm gonna print the message. Right. Now it says 10 divided by 3 is 3.333. Now here there is an order. Right now, for an example, here if you have divided, let's say for an example, 1 divided by 0 to, like, it doesn't matter the or now if you put 1 here, that would display the y value here. Now see 3 divided by 10 is like that. Then you can change the formatting as well. For an example, here like now this is the order. Therefore, this would refer as the 0th index, first index, second index. Therefore, this placeholder you can have any label, any number for it. If you put the 0, then 0 means the first value you are passing. 1 means the second value you are passing. 2 means the third value you are passing. Right. Now, I want to have only 2 decimal points. Now, I want to have this only for 2 decimal points. I want to have it only for 2 decimal points. Then how can I do that? Right now, how can I do this one? Whether if I put like 0.2f, will this work? Like in Java. Right now, you can see here. Now, I have said that 0.2f, only 2 floating points. I'm going to set it as only 3 floating points. I need to display only 3 floating points. Let's say I need to set it as 4 floating points. 4. Now, if you have only, let's say you have 10 divided by 3 is, and you have only this, and then you are only passing the answer here. Then you don't have any positions for this. You can see, you can put it as like this 0.2f, right, twice. Or if you have multiple values as well. Right now, for an example, here You have not put any position for that. Here you have not put any position. Now we are passing x comma y comma. Right now you can say the first value get assigned to this one and this. Right now, by any chance, if I pass at like y, x, and answer, now the y value will be assigned to here. But if you want to, if using a positional arguments, you can handle it. Right now, y means the 0th index. Therefore, x means the first index. And therefore, here you can mention 1 divided by 0th index value. 1 divided by the 0th index value is equals to here the third index value. Let's say now if I forgot to put the index number, now it says cannot switch from manual to automatic field number. Therefore, now here you have to mention which argument you are talking about. What is the problem here? Okay, not the third index, only second index, right? Third value means the second index, so there's no such index number. Right. Likewise, you can have the placeholders with the format function. With the format function, you can use the placeholders. With the format function, you could use the placeholders. Right now, remember that as well. With the placeholders, you could use the format function. And also, there are f strings also there. Therefore, using the f strings also, you could easily work with the placeholders and you can work with these formattings with the f strings. Therefore, let's talk about f strings as well. Okay, quickly try out this and then we'll try about the f strings. Right. Then let's try out how to work with the f strings as well. Right now, if it is an f string, you can put it as f. Then let's say now we'll have a simple thing we'll try out. What do you call? We have something called price equals what you have revenue. we have let's say a value is equals to 2.25, something like this. Now I want you to display it as the value is like, then here I can say right now I want to display the value here with the 2 decimal points. Right now I want to display the value with the 2 decimal points. Right now, how can I put it? Like I want to display the value with 2 decimal points. If I can say P under 2F. Right. Now I don't need this. Now I can display this. Right now you can see it says value is 25.24. Right. 2 decimal points. If I want to have it as 3 decimal points, then I can have it as 3 decimal points. Right now, even here inside, let's say now we have what you call as x equals 10, y equals 3, and then let's say we need to have result is, if you want, you can have x multiplied by y. You can say x multiplied by y. Likewise, you can mention. Then you can see here it happens inside this as well. Then that into right now you can do some operations as well. Likewise, there are a lot of things you could work with the f strings right now. Just search about regex as well as f strings also. Because previously we used the format function. Now earlier I showed you format function, but now after 3.7, I guess this f string formatting has changed to f strings. F string right now. And here also the values also like previously you can have it like x multiplied by 10, y is that you can mention it as x multiplied by y is, you can have it like this, or you can have 10 divided by x divided by y is x divided by y right now. Okay, now try to figure out a way to display this one in 2 decimal values. 10 divided by 3 is 3.33. I want you to format this f string in order to display in 2 decimal points. Think of a way and send it to me via chat.
Sir, could you repeat?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Could you repeat?
The question, yeah. Here, now if you do it like this, now this would display like 10 divided by 3 is 3.333, you know. Now what I want is, I want to display only 2 decimal points. How can we do it? Send it to me via chat, please. Now, yes, now then you can put this inside the round brackets and then you can say point 2f. Right, what happens to the 2.2f? Then this is how you could format it. Right, now this is how you can format it. Right. Right, now how can we use this again? All right, yes, we can use the datetime module also with this string. Right now, import datetime as dt, and you can have d equals dt dot datetime dot now. Then that will give you the current datetime. Now you can have you can directly print the string. Time is you can have d. Yes, d has to be inside the curly brackets, no? Right. Then we can mention modulus y, capital Y for the year, and space, and then month. Simple M is the month, and the date is given by day of the month, was given by d, comma our simple h will give you the hours, and then colon simple m. Simple M is the month. Capital M is the month, I guess. And capital S would give you this. Right, and then let's try it out. Yes, correct. Now this is how you could display the time also using f string. Like, see, now you don't have to use strf time. Likewise, you don't have to call it. You can just do it like this. Right. You can try out this as well. Now this is how you can work with the f string. Not only this, there are multiple ways of using f string you could try out. Right. Right now, okay, I have sent you a message on WhatsApp group. What does it say? Right now, inside the string also, right now you can use the if conditions as well. Right now, for an example, let's try out one example from that. Uh, 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 we can use but okay, marks. Let's say we have variable called marks, and for if you have a variable called marks, and then if you have you can say results, and then you can have pass if results, if the marks, if the marks greater than 45, else fail. Right, now let's see whether how it works. Okay, then pass as a string. Invalid syntax, comma, where I have this comma. String results, and okay, I have forgot this now. Pass. Yes, fail. And then without the double quotes also will it work? That's what I can't remember. No. Right now this is if the marks are 50, it says result. Now this is how you can work with the if conditions as well. Now I have showed you how to work with the date time objects with the string formatting, and then how to work with the placeholders, and how to work with the if conditions. Likewise, we have tried with multiple scenarios. Right? Any questions? Right now, if you have given some set of values, let's say we have numbers or numbers, something, and we have some set of list of values we have. let's say 10, 20, and 30, and 40. Right now, I don't know the numbers. Let's say 20, 25, 5, like as I have. Right now, let's say I want to display the max value from here. Would I be able to execute the max function here? Try out whether can you represent the maximum value of the number list here using the F string. With the formatted values, let's say we have decimal values, right? I want, all right, let's say now you're gonna get the sum, okay, max value first and thereafter we'll see. Can you represent the max value with the 2 decimal points using F string? How can you do that? Now it's a matter of we can execute the functions inside the F string. Therefore, we have to call the max function for what? The list number. And then we need to have only 2 decimal points, colon 2F. 2F. Right now we can have 2F. Right now you can have max 70.66. Right now, not only max, if you want to get the mean value, let's say, and thereafter we'll focus the sum function as well because it's an iterable we are passing. Yes, now this is how we can calculate. These also using just one print function, you could do the calculations as well. You can execute the functions as well. See, in one line we could do it. Right, okay, now you have sent me the answers as well. Thank you. That is how you work with the F string. There are a lot more things you could do with F string. Search about F string functionalities when you have free time. Now the string formatting function, the format function has been depreciated with F string because after 3.7 or 3.6 version, F string was introduced. Then the string format function has been depreciated, even though since it is supported, still it is supporting because its backward compatibility is there, therefore it is supporting, but the new version of the formatting is F string. Therefore, you better learn how to work with the F string. Right. Now remember that the next day we won't have classes, right? Okay. Now if you have any other questions, please ask. Yes, very good. Okay. Now let's quickly see if you want to create a module. Right now, how can we create a module? Right now, let's say I have a one call, but method called calculator, define get sum, get total. Okay, right. Okay. Let's just say hello, just for the quick work. Say hello, and then this method gonna return. Okay, this method gonna print hello. And let's say we have the name also. Let's say name says hello. Name says hello. Right now, this is one function. Right now, and there is a method declared in the function, and there is some values called there is what we have some constant values define x equals 999. Right. Okay. Now I'm gonna save this one as in my desktop code.py code.py, and then I'm gonna open my ex.py file. Yeah. Where was it? The ex.py. But now here, now if I want to use my module, if I want to use my module, what I have created right now, then I have to say import code. Import code. I have to say import code because I need to import the code. And then if I want to call the that x value defined in there, then let's say import code dot x. Let's see whether I can print the code dot x. Now you can see here, this is how I have declared the value here, 999. This is how I can access it. If I want to call this method, then I have to say code dot, I can call the method say hello, code dot say hello. We can pass j. Right, now this is how we can call the methods. Right now we can use it for anyway. Right now this is how you can create your own custom built modules. That is how you create a custom made modules, and there you can have dictionaries or anything you could do it. And like here also, if you want, you can rename it as anything. Right now, if you want to rename it as C, then you could rename it as C. You can give an alias. See. Right now, if you want to see what are the methods available in this, you can have dir inside C. Now you can see this is what I have inside my module code. I have say hello and next. If you want to find out what's inside the in the math module, then you can have import math. Import math. You can see what are the things available in the math module, right? This is what the math module, the functions available in the math module. Right now, if you want to have the date time module, you can see what are the functions available in the math module. Right now, if you don't want to import all the things, if you want to import only, let's say hello method, if you want to import only the say hello method, then you can say, how can you only import say hello, right? Then let's see how can you do it. You could try import. Okay, now from code import, let's say only X variable. I'm gonna import this only the X variable right now. Let's see. Right now I can call the X variable. You can get the X variable, but if you try to use the say hello method, now it will give you an error saying no such thing called let's say hello is not defined. Right, likewise, you can import only the relevant part as well. Now, this is how you can, let's say now, you can have y also, y equals 1, 1, 1. And then if you try to use the y, forget about the method. Now, this will give you an error saying y is not defined because you are importing only x. What if you, whether can you import x and y both? See, this is how you can import both variables, only these two. Like even though you have multiple variables in this module, you are importing only these two to this code. Likewise, this is how you work out. This is how you deal with your own modules. Right now, remember the dir function is used to, if you want to see what inside a module, the dir function will list down all the things. Right now, that would list. Now the code is we are only importing x and y. That's why here it will give you. Right now, if you say import code, now this would give you all available things inside the module. See, say hello x and y. These are the things available in the module. That's how it works. Right. Okay, any questions you can ask now.